Hey, this is Mr. Knight, and I'm going to show you how to create your simple interest calculator for Google Sheets. If you haven't already, if you have an untitled spreadsheet, please call it simple interest. That way, when you're looking for it, you know right where to look. There is a simple interest formula, which is typically given as interest equals the principal times the rate times the time. But the formula can be rearranged to find other types of things. When we are calculating simple interest, when we're using the formula, it's always going to deal with interest, principal, rate, interest rate, and the amount of time it's left in the account. Using that information, we can rearrange the formula to solve for, if I know the interest rate and time, I can find the principal. Here allows me to find the rate if I don't know it, and this would allow me to find how much time I need to leave the money in the account. This simple interest calculator is going to be in 4 sections. One section for interest, one section for principal, one section for rate, and one section for time. Let's start building that now. The first one's going to be the section for interest. If we are solving for interest, that means we know what the principal is, or what our deposit is. Let's just say that's $3,000. We know what the rate is. Let's say that is 1.5%. And the time, let's say we're going to leave it in for 7 years. Make sure that for the interest rate you include a percent, so it cannot just be 1.5, it has to be 1.5%. For the time, that definitely should not be in dollar form. So I'm just going to have to change that. Okay, so now we solve for the interest. And we follow the formula. The interest is equal to the principal times the rate times the time. Type in equals. And what's important is we have to click on the numbers and not just type them in. You have to click on the 3,000 times, and the star button for multiplication is Shift 8 times 1.5% times 7. Hit enter. And so for this account, after 7 years, we'll earn $315 in interest. If that's the case, what's the total amount in the account after that time? Well, the total amount is the principal plus the interest that we made after 7 years. There's our first section. Now, what's important is we do not want to touch these cells ever again. The formulas are typed in, they need to stay the way they are. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight these cells. There. Okay. I'm going to highlight these cells right here and fill those in with whatever color you want. And choose that. Next section. Now we're going to solve for principal. So this is if we are given the interest, if we know how much money we made, if we know what the interest rate of the account is, and how much time our money is going to be left in the account. Let's say we are looking to earn $500. We know that the interest rate is 2.2%, and we're going to leave the money in for 10 years. What does my principal need to be? In other words, how much money do I need to deposit into this account? Equals, follow this formula, interest divided by rate divided by time. So I click on the interest, divide by the rate, divide by the time. There's my answer, $2,272.73. If you want to change this into dollar form, which I highly suggest, click on that cell and then click on the $sign here. We might as well do the same thing for interest and total amount over here. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. Principal should be a purple color, right? Okay. I'm going to highlight this row a dark color again to signify that we are dividing this into 4 sections. Here's section 3, which is going to find the rate. In this case, we are given the interest. We know how much money we want to make. Let's say we want to make, okay, let's just say we want to make $450, a little bit less this time. We know the principal now. We know that we are going to deposit $2,500, and we need to find the rate, so that means we know how long we need to leave it in there. Let's just say it's 8 years. Not a percent. We need to find the rate. So this is our principal, this is how long we have, and this is how much we want to make, this is how much we're going to deposit, and this is how long we have to make that. Now we have to decide what does the interest rate of our account need to be. Equals, and follow this formula here, R equals I divided by P divided by T. Be 450 divided by 2,500 divided by 8. 0.0225. Be at 2.25%, and if you want to, which I highly suggest you do, turn this into a percentage. You click on the cell, and there's a percent symbol right here. There you go. 2.25 interest rate. Last one. We need to find the time, which means we know the interest, we know the principal, we know the rate. So the interest, how much money do you want to make now? Let's say we want to make $1,000. We're going to deposit $5,000. The interest rate is going to be 0.09%. How much time do we need to leave that $5,000 in this account to make $1,000? It might be a long time. Let's see. So time is equal to the interest divided by the principal divided by the rate. It's funny, 222 years. Well, that's hilarious. But there you have it. There's your interest calculator. Hope that works out for you.